Good morning, sisters and brothers. Rather than walking in the woods this morning, seeing it's rainy and windy, I decided to kind of couch potato this morning. This is the fifth Sunday of Lent for Christians, and the gospel reading for today comes from the Gospel of John, and it has to do with the raising of Lazarus. And I think it's an appropriate text to think about and maybe reflect on that today. Many of you are familiar with the story. Mary and Martha, two characters in the New Testament, have a brother, a very dear brother named Lazarus. Jesus is away teaching with his disciples. The sisters send word to him that their brother is dying and that Jesus is to come immediately to them, hoping that he will, as he has many others, healed their brother from his illness. And Jesus seems to take his time. Interesting part of the story. It arrives after Lazarus not only been died, but has been entombed. And the sisters run up to him and say, Jesus, if you'd showed up when we asked you, my brother wouldn't have died. And the story is a very poignant one. Jesus then, goes to the tomb and Jesus weeps. Jesus wept, the story goes. And then, very strangely, Jesus asks that the tomb be opened and that Lazarus told to come out. And most amazingly to those present, Lazarus starts to come out, and Jesus doesn't approach him, doesn't touch him. Jesus says, unbind him and let him free. The community is responsible for this freeing, this unbinding of Lazarus. So whenever I read this story, the thing that stands out to me is not so much the miracle of Lazarus' resurrection, but of Jesus' command to those around him to unbind Lazarus, take off his bindings, his wraps, his death wraps, and set him free. It is a story about grief and loss. It is something that we are all experiencing right now, if not actual persons who have died from this pandemic, but of the fear that we might be a victim, that our loved ones, our friends might be victims. And just recently, we find, for those of us in Wisconsin, that the peaking of this coronavirus will be sometime at the end of May, and that we will have to forego our Easter celebrations. So to a certain extent, I don't know about you, but I sort of feel like I'm being bound up, like I'm kind of, in the tomb here of wanting to get out, connect with my friends and with my congregation. I want to get out. Jesus set me free. Well, it's not going to happen in our own timetable. And we're going to have to wait. And we're going to have to be wise, use our heads. Listen to those who are among us, who have been trained in the medical practices about what we should do, and then obey it. We keep ourselves from public interaction because we care for other people. We all love other people. That's why we do this. And it's going to be a test for us. It's going to be a time when not only our children, but our grandchildren, and perhaps our great-grandchildren will remember the time of great test for not only America, but for the world. So let us hang tight and wait for Jesus to roll back the stone for each one of us as we go forth in this time of Lent. And next week, let us come together and celebrate and celebrate what we have as our future. God will not give up on us. We should not give up on God. Bless you, brothers and sisters, as you go forth. See you tomorrow. Hopefully the sun will be up and we'll have a better walk in the woods. God bless you in the meantime.